Welcome to the MD Moto Group channel. I'm Dr. Brian Dominguez, and today I'm going to ask Deja about our ride and see what topics emerge. Check it out. So Deja, what's different about this? You mentioned you were enjoying this trip, but what's different about this trip?
My list of objectives is shorter. And
For the trip, you mean?
for the trip,
Okay.
but also we know what happened in our brains during the last year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And all that meditation that we have been doing has helped to remove the anxiety of fear. For some reason this time I was there. I'm there. I was at Mr. Chuck's place. We spent a week getting ready and enjoying them, because as they get older there will be less chances to enjoy them. And then we went on the road, and there was something you said that triggered my need to be closer to you, which we are very close. But you said we came on this trip to reconnect. And so if we don't reconnect with each other, with nature, with the road, with the skills, then what are we there for? And yes, we have to do work. And I was a bit stressed about all the work that I had accumulated for January to April when it comes down to taxation. But there is something about this time that the green is what made me just forget. Something has changed in my brain, definitely. The chemicals in my brain, something has changed. I think we know what that is. But
When you said green, you mean all the nature?
yeah, but the green wasn't as green before. The green was green, and now it's greener.
Okay, so your perspective is also changing or refining in some way?
Something. I think I know what it is. I can't talk about it in video, and I don't want to talk about it in video. But there is less in my brain. My brain is less busy. I have a shorter list. The one thing that doesn't change and that allows me to see that I am changing is that we are organized. So everything is where it needs to be. So it's just the rider, it's just the pilot that needs to execute the mission. And if the mission is very clear, which it was, to reconnect, when you said that, it was a day where we were discussing something that wasn't very good, and you said, Deja, just relax, we are here to reconnect. And that's when I thought, yeah, we are here to reconnect. All the fears that I have as a female, more than males have less fears, or they just manage them in a different way, but they're there. They are not going to go away. Crashing is not going to go away. Deer is not going to go away. All of those things still are there. They are more real when you're on the bike. But my list is shorter, so my primary objective on all of this is to stay safe, to enjoy the people, to have a shorter route. To have a shorter route helps. To stop at 1 o'clock helps. To follow our own rules helps. So if we do all that, then the rest is just what the energy has for us. And we take it or leave it. That's it.
And so far, what's been the most interesting part of your ride?
The unexpected. Then I have no expectation or no idea that a state like Oklahoma will offer so much. And the camping has been amazing. It's been quick, and we don't stay there for days, but the routine of waking up, like I'm awake at 5 and I just want to get going. I'm waiting for 7 because 5 is too early to start riding the animals on the road, and the noise in the campground, it's just not nice to wake everyone up. But I'm awake at 5 with energy to continue or to stay if we are going to stay, but I'm not deciding to do nothing. It's the camping, the energy that I have acquired, the finding the pains of areas that I know are injured somehow, knowing that I'm healthy, because everything functions, knowing that I'm strong, mentally and physically. That has been, all of those things have been the best part. If I have to pick one, it will be the camping.
And what about the actual riding, like the schedule that we keep when we're riding, getting up early, how far we ride, is that working? Why does that work, if it does?
Like I said, we are pretty organized people. Nothing is different this time than when we did our 26 months, but doing or following a routine, whether it is on the ride or in at home, it helps you to achieve more earlier. Getting off the road at 1 o'clock really allows us to enjoy the environment where we arrive at, and allows us to make mistakes. Not waiting for things to happen, not waiting for later, and even when the weather isn't cooperating, waiting for the weather to change is a mystery. We can't control that. Managing how far we can go from 7 to 1, that's under our control. And if it becomes really difficult, then we have time to change that, either the route or wait. But waiting for the weather to change at 7 is not going to happen. So to answer your question succinctly, it works to have a routine. It works to cook your own food as we normally do. It works to not abuse anything, not abuse food, not abuse alcohol, not abuse anything. It works to have time to relax at the end of the day.
And overall, would you, or will you, or do you want to continue to do these adventure trips and continue to refine them?
I think, like Brad said, we are up to something, Brian. I think that when you do something from your passion without making it your job, will result into something amazing. I want to continue to do this to cure myself, to allow myself to be vulnerable, to allow myself to reconnect, and create ideas. Because every time we go on a motorcycle trip, whichever length, the longer the better, but not as long as 26 months anymore, we are able to unload and load better. So not only we are able to think, but we see other people doing things, and it gives us ideas, but it also allows us to know that we are not crazy. So do I want to continue to do this? Yes, especially after I saw that group of men who were 80. Why is a women at 80 are not doing that? What tells us that we can't? Why is that women often become afraid? I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that woman who has to wait at home, wishing that her husband is fine and nothing happens to him. I want to be out, despite the fact that my fears will tell me to stay, despite the fact that my hips may break. They can break at home in the the tub or in the shower or just in the kitchen. I want to continue to do this until I cannot.
And how do you feel when you have to make choices between knowingly being uncomfortable or being comfortable? like we did this morning, we had to make this choice. How does that play out in your head?
Well, for me, it's not even about comfort as it is about nesting. I think in the female brain, you know the chemistry and the science better than I can. I did read a book about it, but I can't regurgitate it the way you do so well. I think that I like nesting. I like to have a safe place where I can operate from. Once I find that place, I just want to stay a little bit longer because I know that as soon as I leave this place, everything will be unknown again. So I have learned as a female writer to find a good reason to stay. So I get prepared to go. Physically and mentally, I get prepared to go. Okay, we will go. That's it. But then I think about that time when we were going from the west side of Canada to the east side of Canada to find lobster, and we missed halibut because we had so many invites to have halibut, and we just wanted to get to the lobster piles that we were told existed. So when I discuss this with you, I try to make the case of what can we achieve if we just stay one more day, no more, just one more day, and that actually that day is not going to put us at risk. So I think looking at the situation as what risk do we have ahead of us that can be mitigated if we spend one more day, and how. If that is a business case, if that is a case that we can manage, then we need to find then a purpose to stay, not just stay to be safe, because safe is unknown too, you know. So if we stayed in this case today, it was because there are wonderful people here in a wonderful property. We can help in some way to give a little bit back, and we can make a nice meal to representing the halibut dinner that we miss, because that brings me always back to Alaska. Like, freak, I wish I had that halibut dinner 3 times, at least out of the 10 that we were offered. And none. We took 0 because we have to go. And so tonight I have no expectation other than we will do some work this morning, which we need to anyway. We will go and get groceries to make a dinner, and we will enjoy a relaxed dinner and a relaxed night in their environment, so that we get to know a little bit more of the essence of the people who we met and we could potentially end up doing business with, or simply being friends with. If we don't know the essence of those people, we are always transients as motorcyclists. You go and you use and you take and you do, but I like to take the time sometimes to make that connection, to get to the next layer, even if that second layer sometimes is not what we expect.
Well, thanks for your reflection on that, Deja. I think we're gonna have a good time. We've already had a great time. I think we're gonna continue to have a good time.
Can I ask you some questions too?
No, because we're already at 13 minutes just on that, and that's too long for.
But you can stop and do
and
another
my battery's just about dead, so I gotta stop. Okay, thank you. Bye. So there you have it. That's Deja. We covered some things. See what came up. If you like that, hit the button below, like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.